our YouTube going, Lord. Hey, YouTube. Hey, good morning. So we're talking about real questions, real answers about sex. We're talking about making love. Now, this is what my hair would look like if I started the lock process. So it's
started, baby. Go on.
It's coming. It's coming.
You think about doing it for real?
Yeah, I am. But it probably won't be till I'm 50.
What the?
That ain't too long. Yeah, that is. That's a long time. That's a long
like
time.
That.
Happy Black History Month, everybody. And it is the Love Month. And for those that don't know, we're gonna be talking about sex all this month. Yeah. You say join the club. Let me shout out to everybody. Hey, Riri. Hey, April. What's up, Chris? Hey, Keisha. What's up, Rakeem? Let's see, Rakeem, your name is new. Good morning. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Melody. L&M United Homes. What's up? I think that's the Jefferson.
Baby, that's my job. I got this.
You want me saying hi to the people?
I do say hi to the people.
Hey, Tanil.
Hi to the people.
Oh, my God. Hey, Chris. All right, let's go on and get it cracking. All right. Let's go on and get it started. And first of all, this is my first thought. It is a difference between sex and making love.
Yeah.
To me, it's a difference in the two.
Me too.
You think it's a difference?
Yeah. I enjoy having sex. I think you enjoy more
making love. Okay.
At times.
I would agree. Let me go in the house and put y'all on the big screen. Come on in, girl. Come on. All right.
I gotta cut my hair, man. This is too dang much. Good Lord.
It's just you be being funny when you say that.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm trimming this up. I get it done today. But good
okay.
Lord.
So first and foremost, understand that sex begins in our brains. Our mind is the most sexiest part of our body. It's the largest part of the sexual large sexual system. So I'm just gonna read something to y'all real quick. It is where your sexual identity is formed, your sexual development is organized, your sexual fantasies are stored, your methods of approach are conceived, and it orchestrates your excitement and registers pleasure. All right, so understand it start right here. It start right there for all of us, not just women, because we always say with women, it starts in our minds. You kind of got to get us, you got to warm us up, you got to get us ready. Right. But even for them, everything starts in our mind. I ain't going to go on my life coaching tangent, but everything starts in our mind. So these are some of the questions that we may hit on, talk about what builds up his and my interest in sex. Who should initiate love making and how? I know men say they get tired of initiating all the time, but who is supposed to? And how do we initiate it? What kind of stimulations get me or get him going? Or get you and your spouse going? What do we do? What do each do to the preliminaries for love making? What kind of foreplay works best for him and her? Right. This is the key to it all. And I don't know if I should say this for the somebody should have told me moment. What? But it's about doing what works for both people. When we in this sexual thing together, it's not if I'm doing something that don't please me in the midst of trying to please you, that ain't gonna work. That don't work. Because we're supposed to be both enjoying this, both loving this. So okay. I think I'm getting out.
We get that, because I want to touch on that later.
Okay. So let's talk about pleasure zones.
Real quick, my wife fine as hell, y'all. I'm looking at you right now.
Here we go, y'all. So, pleasure zones. If I was to give you a diagram, and I got this is what we're going to do with the couples. Whenever we have our group couple session, this is something we're gonna do. So this is just a heads up for all the couples.
For that. You can. You just give them.
I'm giving them a sneak peek into what it's gonna look like. If I gave you all a piece of paper with a naked woman, naked man, on there, and you had an activity to do with your spouse, could you pinpoint what areas turn you on? Yep. Do you even know on your body? Yep. What is your pleasure zone? Yep. I don't think couples do this. And I already
get behind the camera, get naked. Let me see if I can.
I have already told Mud that we got to keep ourselves together.
Yeah, you told me to be. Plus,
but this is what I think couples should do. Okay, I'm giving homework now. This is your homework tonight. Is that you all experiment with each other's body. Woo. Just go slow.
Can we use baby oil?
Take your time. You use whatever you want to. Okay. Start from the top. Ooh. Work down. And just figure out what places on her turn her on. Explore every part of her body. And men. Do you think men have more than one pleasure zone? They got one main pleasure zone.
Of course we do. Of course.
What would you say if you could give a woman and this is not we know that.
Right.
But
the penis, of course. The second one, I would say the neck. Okay. The neck for sure. And I would say, to each his own. Mm-hmm. I just speak for me.
Don't give too much.
I don't give too much. I'm gonna keep it PG. Okay. Kissing. Okay. I enjoy kissing. I get aroused when we kissing and I get fired up in the kissing phase.
Okay, so men like kissing.
I do. Okay. I do. I can't speak for every brother, but when you're mad, like, man, how do you not enjoy kissing your woman? Like, seriously. Okay.
So do you know your pleasure zones?
I know mine.
Because you got to know what you like in order to tell him or her where to go, where to be. You got to know what you like yourself.
Shut up, Chris. Chris said, this is the most energy I've seen the boy have in a minute. He's going to be in trouble.
Right. This topic always gets him crunk. So the key is turning each other on. So when you go into that assignment that I gave y'all for tonight, relax. Yeah. Relax in it.
Get you some wine.
Whatever. You don't even have to have no wine. You don't have to get intoxicated.
Did I say get intoxicated?
I'm just saying.
Did I say that?
Figure out what turns him on. So what we're going to do is pose a question from this book, and we're going to answer it how the Tux would answer the book, the question. So how do I stay focused during foreplay? How do I stay focused during foreplay? So this is the question. For years, my wife has told me that conversation is an important part of her foreplay. Right. I try to stay focused during the chatty times, but I soon get sleepy and lose interest. The results, my wife gets the conversation she needs and we don't have intercourse. Okay. I feel selfish if I didn't provide the kind of foreplay she needs. But how can I stay awake long enough to close the deal? So you answer that question from your perspective.
How do I stay awake long enough to basically get what I want when my wife is...
But she says that's a part of her foreplay.
Get in your head. Look at the end result. Mm-hmm. Look at what's coming after that. Right now you're baking the pie. Mm-hmm. You wait for it to get done. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Stay in your head. Stay woke. And then when she finished, that's like the alarm, the bell, the timer going off in the oven. Mm-hmm. It's time for business. You have to get in your head. If you're tired, also let your wife know, babe, I'm cool with us talking. You need this, but baby, you're doing too much of it. Mm-hmm. Especially after a long night. You know, I had a long day. I'm tired, baby. I don't want 20 minutes of conversation. Mm-hmm. Let her know so she's aware. My husband is falling asleep.
Compromise.
Yes, we have to. Mm-hmm. My husband is falling asleep. He's tired. He's giving me what I want. Let me slim down my conversation piece to give him what he wants as well. That way we're both happy.
Okay. And I would say that as well. I just agree with him with the compromise. Ladies, if that is your foreplay, and then this is my thing, make your conversation interesting. Like,
man, Ray Sean got some good
him, make the conversation appeasing. It's about both of y'all. So talk about something that can draw him in. Thank you, Ray Sean.
We get some good questions.
So we'll move on to turning him on. And he did speak a little. It said, for men, ladies, right? Listen, men are more genital focused, so they find gentle caressing of the penis very stimulating. The scrotum, where it attaches to the underside of the shaft of the penis, and the coral ridge around the head of the penis is sensitive. That's just a little bit for you to know, ladies. Yeah. Okay, and for as a woman, relational and emotional closeness is necessary preludes for sex, men. She don't want you just rushing it. That's all right sometimes.
Right.
But we talking about making love. We ain't talking about sex. We talking about making love right now. So, look, listen to him. So, once this has assured, pleasure begins at the head and moves down. Men, women start here and then move down. That's why I said with your homework tonight, start up her. Start with a conversation with her. And then start boom, boom, hitting out what you got to say.
Nah, it's too much. Go ahead.
You'll see.
Yeah, no, it ain't too much.
Oh, God.
No, it's not. It's really not. One thing I've noticed too during sex, and it's again to each his own. Everyone is not the same. When you talk about it starts here, the conversation piece gets you riled up at times. There's times where we could be, in the middle. I could be saying certain things and
you talking talking.
Yeah. Man, verbal. It could really
verbal. Some people may like that.
Some people want it the whole time.
This is why you gotta know your spouse. Yeah. This is why you gotta take time and realize making love is not a selfish act. You cannot be selfish. It cannot be all about you and all about you getting off.
And truth be told, y'all may think I'm stupid, but now some of y'all won't. Foreplay, it can start at work.
Yeah.
It can start before I get to the crib. I done got your mind out. You done got my mind. You send me a picture. Tell me what you gonna do. Girl, I done lost track. I didn't get nothing done.
And send your wife some sweets. Like he said, it started before. Just, baby, you so beautiful. I was sending them texts and just them random calls, but I was just thinking about you today. Yeah. This, that, and the other. Just say some nice words. You cannot be treating her like crap in your relationship or that day, and then that night expecting she gonna want to give you some.
Right.
You treat your wife like she don't matter, and then you wonder why she don't give you none. It all go hand in hand together.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish.
You gotta warm up the oven before you throw the. Okay, let me show you.
Okay. So what position? If you just coming in, you tune in to the Couples Lounge show. I'm Candace, and this is my husband, Ramon. Right. And today we are talking about sex.
Talking about sex should be pleasurable for both. I mean, that should be understood. It should
be, but it is not always that way.
And see, I get enjoyment from pleasing you.
Yeah.
When I see you getting yours and going that does something to me. And at times I've reached the end point because I've seen you there. And it's just like, hey, she,
I think that's a key point right there.
I just enjoy seeing you pleased. That's I can't explain it. Only a man know what I'm talking about. That's a joy that, man, when you see your woman please like that, and you please, how do you not just get pure enjoyment? I don't, for a woman, it gotta be the same thing.
That unselfishness. If my goal is to please you, and as well as it's not doing something that hurt me, it's not me doing something I can't
right, of course.
It's I'm aiming to please you, aiming to please me.
I saw a post, and it was funny. They was being funny, but I'm sure it has some truth to it. She said, when you heard your man moan, the inner hoe turn up in you. I got laugh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I can feel that.
Like he's going crazy, and you took it to another level.
That's because you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing.
Come on.
If you can get him the ball, you're doing your thing, ladies. You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
So what positions are okay? All right. So here are some guidelines.
Okay.
Both husband and wife should agree to what is chosen and not feel coerced into doing something sexual against their will. Hold on.
No, on that one, I
go ahead.
Fight back just a little bit. I agree we both should agree with it, but I'm not asking, hey, whoa, I'm going to try this one. We ain't did this one. You okay with that one?
Right.
I ain't doing it.
Okay.
We'll do it, but if I can peep your body language and your facial expressions and your whole energy Oh, okay, baby. Oh, okay. It's hurting right now. Baby, she ain't paying right now.
That's why you got to be in tune, though.
Right.
You got to be in tune, and it cannot be selfish.
Right.
2, the act should not cause pain or humiliation for either husband or wife.
No, but nope, there's a but.
I'm not saying not good pain.
Okay, there you go.
It should not be pain like where I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is, if it's painful and it's not pleasurable,
right,
my mind is no longer in the act. And we started out saying that we're
going to put the name of the book at the end of the show. You got to wait till the end of the show.
If it's hurting and I feel humiliated, that part that we said starts here first. Once you get me out of it, now you just got my body. You don't even have a good experience with me.
Right.
Number 3, and this is one me and Mon couldn't really figure out what they were saying. The act should not regularly take place of genital union unless that's physically impossible. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Should not. Yeah, we didn't know what that was talking about. So it talked about the positions.
Yeah.
In here, and so
and that your favorite positions would change through time. It could.
Yeah.
Have yours changed through time? Through the years? Have yours really changed?
Yeah, I would say, it has. It has.
Okay.
And it talked about, missionary position. And it went into talking about is that, because some people, that's all they want to do. They just want to do missionary, and that's it. What do you do if your spouse don't want to try different positions? What advice would you give?
I would have a conversation first and foremost, and then I would look in the mirror. If you only want that position, that means I feel like I ain't doing something right. I'm gonna put that on me, not you.
Okay.
So I would have a conversation, babe. I love this position too, but let's try. I want to do more. I want to be more experimental, if you will, in our sexual life. I want to try these positions, and I will want to hear from you why only that position.
Okay.
Now, if you're telling me these other positions is too painful, then okay, then we can work on that and let's try it. But ultimately, you have to tell me why only that position, and I'm going to explain to you why I need more. And I will work on making it pleasurable, these other positions for you.
And for those that don't know what missionary is, it's basically where the woman is laying on her back and the man is on top of her. But in the missionary position, you have free will to kiss, and men can really deal with the body and go up and down because he's on top, and so he's in control. So the man has a little bit more control to please the woman in the missionary position. Then you have the woman on the man. So let's flip it. And so now she's on top. So now she's on top.
Ooh,
And
I like, never mind.
The benefit of that.
I almost lost it for a split second.
Oh my God.
I did.
Now she's in control. Now he can submit to her in that position, and she can do what she wants and fulfill the needs that she know he has.
I see. Hold on. I gotta say, I like that, and then I like. So
we ain't got to that yet.
So I can see it. I like to see.
Also, ladies, in that position, you have free range to reach back. And we talked about earlier his sensitive areas of the scrotum.
Wait, what?
So your scrotum, ain't that your balls? No, the testicles.
Okay.
So you whatever, you can reach. You confusing me.
Yeah, I was gonna say time out. Time out. That ain't what we do. I thought you was talking about. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
You can reach back as you are on top and as you in motion, and you can play with his area that is sensitive at the same time. So you're able to stimulate him in a lot of different ways, even while you kissing him. Down kissing him, and so you got a lot going on that you can do.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this because
also in that position, leaning back change the feel. Like when you leaning up, that's one way when you're on top, ladies. But when you lean back,
you got
it's a different type of
you gotta
move. Okay, what was you gonna say?
I ain't a fan of the scrotum. That doesn't.
Okay, you don't have to be, but some men are.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I mean, I guess some men are.
I was about to say something, but I said I'm gonna keep.
What you supposed to say?
I ain't gonna say it right now.
What?
Then you have the side by side position.
Side by side, okay. You like that one?
I already told you before we got on here.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean that.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
The side by side position. We're finna skip positions. We done with them because he don't know how to act.
But you don't know how to act.
First of
all, that wasn't like that. I just said something bad. Now.
This is the next question. Is it right for him to demand oral sex? Is it okay for him to demand oral sex? This is the question. Because the reality is, everybody don't like oral sex. Everybody don't want to do oral sex. Some people think it's nasty. It's disgusting.
Right.
So let's talk about it. Lately, my husband has asked me to perform oral sex on him, even if we don't have full-blown sexual intercourse. He says that if I love him, first of all, don't be putting no guilt trip on people. But let me keep going. I'll do this to please him. I'm not opposed to oral sex, but I feel cheap when he demands it. Am I silly to feel this way? What you think? If this woman was asking you that, how would you respond?
She doesn't like oral sex.
Not that she don't like it, but she don't like it when he demand it, when he trying to say, well, if you love me, putting on the guilt trip. She doesn't like it from that, but he wants it, like, not necessarily when they just having sex.
She tripping. He shouldn't have to demand it. If I tell you I enjoy XYZ, I'm saying as an example.
Oral sex.
And it does not bring you pain or humiliation. Why in the world would you not do it? She's selfish. And she's the problem. I said it. She's the problem.
What if she feels like his demand is him being selfish?
And I get but I shouldn't have to demand it. I enjoy this, baby. I love this. I like this. That should be enough. That should be enough. If you heard that I love this, okay, my man love it like that. And it's not bringing you pain, discomfort, or humiliation, as you said. Why are you not doing it? You're self in the bedroom, and that's wrong. Now he's having to demand what he wants from his wife, and you're not giving it to him. That's how people end up doing stuff they should do. I'm communicating with you, and you still not doing it. She's wrong, in my opinion.
Okay, so if I try to put myself in her shoes, he says, if I love him. for me, it's like you're now putting you try to put a guilt trip on me. And again, now you done took it out the mood. If you love me, you would do this. But I feel like she may just have an underlying issue with.
Well, tell me. You should have told me that before we got married.
And maybe she don't feel like she wants to do it outside of the sexual act actually happening after that. Like for me, just
to do it, just to please
you.
Again, selfish.
I think it goes back to what you're saying too, is to communicate that, baby. When you tell me if I love you, you would do this, or if you demanded me to have oral sex on you, it puts me in this mind frame. Like you gotta be straight up honest.
You missing
it. No, I'm not missing it. I'm trying to think from a woman's perspective.
Let me tell you why you're missing it.
If I don't want to do it.
Can I tell you why you're missing it? I'm demanding it from you because you're not giving me what I've asked for.
That is not what she said.
I'm sure he told her he enjoys it. So therefore, he's having to demand that she give it because she's not giving it. Okay. If I tell you I like it, you're not giving it to me.
But what if she don't like doing it?
Well, you got to take one for the team. You got to take one for the team.
We just said at the beginning, it needs to be pleasurable for both people. Stop forcing your person to do something just because you want to be pleased.
That is absolutely correct. But this is a conversation should have been had before marriage. I'm sure that act was done before marriage. And now all of a sudden, I put this ring on your finger. You got a couple of kids. And now I don't really like what? We got a problem. Be the same woman in the bed that you was before I put a ring on it. I need you to sit there. I get at times we got kids and we got careers. I get that. But I need that same woman still. Don't be Miss Goody Two-Shoe now that you're married. I need the hoe in you to show up sometime. Oh, God, Jesus. Come on now. Get your inner hoe on. Let that come out. Every woman got it. Let it see. Let it be. That's okay.
And I would say this, a lot of times people that are married, that are been doing, and this ain't just with oral sex. This is with anything. We're doing things that we don't enjoy doing for the sake of the relationship. But inside, no.
We all gonna do something for our spouse
that
we might not really want to.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is,
ain't no different.
I'm gonna slap you with this book. What I'm trying to say is that
slap me, girl. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What I'm trying to say, sometimes in relationships we're not true to ourselves because we are trying to please that other person, and then maybe a light bulb comes on to where we don't like it anymore, or we want things to change. But then it then goes back to, well, before we got married, this happened, or before we got married, we got to be okay with change well. And I'm not just talking about sex here, but we got to be all right with the person changing.
But you're going to have a problem. We have to communicate.
I get that.
If we were doing X, Y, Z before we got married, and I enjoyed it, and if you stop it once we got married, that's going to be a problem. I don't care who you are. Let's communicate. Before we got married, you should have told me, babe, I had an issue with this because X, Y, Z. I don't enjoy this because X, Y. Okay, cool. Baby, let me help you with that. I can talk or make you feel loved and make you feel wanted to where you can make your man or your woman as freaky as you want to be with love and communication and the right technique.
Kim, he already in trouble.
The right technique. And with love and communication, I can teach you to be the freakiest woman or the freakiest man that I want. But we have to be open with each other. But all of a sudden, you just gonna pull the card. No, I ain't doing that no more. Why in the hell would we not have problems? How could you not see that as selfish if you know I enjoy it and you think I'm not gonna have a problem with it?
It's conversations, and I think you gotta communicate and be straight up honest. That I was not being real. I did not tell you ahead of time that I did not like it. And you will have to go through a little storm to get past it. But this will be my key. This is what popped up for me. This is for the single people and for any married person. This is the importance of being yourself, being true to yourself from the beginning, and not doing things, not being yourself in order to get you. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put fake and phone to get you, and then you change. Be yourself. Ooh. If it doesn't please you, if it don't work for you, speak up. Don't feel like your voice does not matter. You need to speak up and be true to you.
April, you're absolutely correct. She said these are men who receive it but don't like giving. That should take one for the team is right. That goes without saying. A man should do that as well if his woman enjoys it. You're selfish as heck.
I don't agree with that.
What if she enjoys it? You don't think it's selfish for him not to do it?
If he does not enjoy it just because his wife enjoys it, if we are in this making love thing, it has to be a pleasurable experience for both of us.
I agree.
You trying to force me to do something, and I'm not saying me in general, but you trying to force your spouse to do something that they do not like. Why?
Again, this is a conversation that should have been had before.
I agree. So y'all take notes. Take notes. Okay.
Should have been had before. I don't understand if it brings her pleasure. That should be a turn on. You should want to do that. My wife likes it. Oh, she do? You like that? Okay, babe.
So you feel like if I like something and I come to you,
and it's not painful or hurt, and it's not hurting, and it's not degrading as you stated in that department.
What if she feel oral sex is degrading to her? What you gotta think about everybody. And I have a one-track mind right here.
You're absolutely correct. Then that's a conversation should have been had before marriage. Okay. If we did it before marriage, shut up.
But no, it ain't no shut up.
How all of a sudden it's degrading and we're married now?
Because she don't like it.
But you didn't. Man, I'm sorry. That's how we end up divorced.
You better not divorce your spouse over some sex.
And you're laughing. I'm not being funny. I'm being dead serious.
That is not no grounds for divorce.
Baby, listen to me. Please listen. Hear me out before you move on. Doing things like that will cause a divorce because it will cause people to step out and get pleased in the sexual department outside their marriage because my wife or my husband is not doing X, Y. I didn't say it was right. We know it's wrong to cheat. We all know that. It's understood. But people are human and human makes mistakes. And damn it, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Let me say it one more time. It's wrong. But that's how people cheat. I'm coming to my husband, telling him I want X, Y, Z on my wife, and she refuses to do it. Now, she did it before. Now, she ain't doing it. At some point, resentment going to come in. Anger going to come in. And bitter. And I'm going to feel all of these things when I see you in the bedroom because I know you used to do it. Now, you ain't doing it. Man, forget that. There's a man somewhere looking at your woman, fellas, telling her good morning every day.
But then, and I'm gonna just say this and leave this right here. When you're in a marriage, there are so many things that will happen that will give you an excuse to cheat. Because ain't nobody gonna fulfill your desires 100% of the thing of the marriage. So understand that. So you can always have a excuse to cheat. So I'm gonna keep it pushing. And going back to the question that the lady asked, sometimes we can be triggered. She may be triggered by his demand.
Talk to me then. Tell me that.
And the demand, because maybe she grew up in a situation where she had a controlling parent or things were...
Or she could have been molested.
Right. And like I said, she may not have been true to herself this whole time. And yes, that is on her. But it's triggering something for her. And maybe she at a point now where I cannot continue to live, like as Ray Shan said, I cannot continue to live fake and not honor myself. But you got to speak up before y'all get to the act. And like, I don't want to do that. You got to speak up before this.
Because everybody has a breaking point. And at some point in a woman's life, in a man's life, sexually, especially when you're married, you're going to want to get pleased. and you're going to be tired of being sexually frustrated, and you're going to reach a breaking point. If I'm being such sexually frustrated because my spouse is not performing or refusing to, we all have a breaking point, Candace. That doesn't mean cheat. It may mean I don't want you to touch me in any shape or I may go crazy. I'm tired of being not pleased, especially if I'm pleasing you. Why are you looking like that? Like that's impossible.
No, because I'm thinking there are so many different ways that you can be pleased in the bedroom.
Baby, stop. What you like and what you don't like. But listen to me. Let's finish. Let me finish. I heard what you're saying. Yes, you can be pleased in other ways. But if I'm pleased in this area right here, I don't give a damn if I'm pleased in these other areas. I want this. Okay, I want this pleasure. You keep saying, well, I'm pleasing you here. I'm pleasing. Yes, baby, you are, and I love it. But dang it, I like this and I want it. Am I wrong for that? Are they wrong for that?
You're not wrong for that. But it goes back to we both have to, if I'm trying to do something, or I want you to do something to me that is humiliating you.
But that goes, we said that goes.
But I'm saying in this woman's situation, if she is having a problem with his demand, she already said she does not mind she doesn't mind doing it. But it's the way that he's coming at
That's
her
an easy, with him, that should be an easy fix. That should be an easy fix. But at the same time, let's be very clear.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
What's crazy?
Go ahead.
In my opinion, it's an easy fix. And what I mean by that, in a marriage, for those who ain't married, for those who married, I guarantee you're going to feel me. At some point, I'm not talking about sex right now. At some point, you're going to compromise, do things you don't want to do, don't enjoy doing. I'm doing it because my wife she want me to go to this thing. My baby want me, I'm going to be here for my boo. Vice versa. There's no different in the sex room, in the sex. You're going to compromise. Again, if it's not painful or degrading, I get those. Other than that, you should be able to communicate with each other and work this out and fix that.
Okay, you said my point. Painful or degrading, because we're going around in circles. Because all I'm saying, evidently, she feels degraded. Evidently, she feels humiliated.
The demand part is the key. He has to figure it out without having to demand her, and she has to. I don't care. Put a reminder in your phone. Put a reminder on your calendar. You know, I got to give my man oral pleasure.
Yeah, that's different.
But she's not doing it. That's why he's demanding it.
You're missing it. She said he's asking for it even when we don't have full-blown sex.
Exactly.
And he's saying, we're going to be going around. I'm not going to
How are you missing that?
Okay, I missed it. Let's keep it pushing.
Okay.
All right, so understand this. This is what the book is saying. Understand the male psyche. Men are bombarded with sexual images that they build up fantasies around.
Okay.
Because of this, your husband may think you're just waiting for the opportunity to gratify your desires to have him orally. Check it out with him. Maybe he'll share his sexual fantasy. Imagine his surprise then to find out that oral sex is the last thing you're dreaming of doing. So what they're saying is basically maybe it's a breakdown. Maybe he's assuming you want to do that. Maybe he's assuming you want to please him in this way. Maybe his assumptions are wrong and he thinks you actually enjoy doing it. Like, look, maybe because how you have put on for so long, he thinks you enjoy giving him oral sex. All the while you just doing it
to please him.
But
you're doing a great job.
Now you frustrated with it. And so again, a lack of communication because he may be thinking that you like it and you really don't. So that's why you all need to talk. It said reconsider your attitude about his self-centeredness. If that is what she is feeling. You want to talk? Go ahead and talk.
No, baby, I would just comment to the people.
Okay, comment to the people. I hate when you do that. We can respond.
We need a gangster session, right? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was great. Well said, April. April said, or isn't always foreplay. It can be a total experience by itself. Oh my God, well said. Miss Davis, he got to find a better way to ask. Well said. And she got to suck it up. Literally.
Oh, God.
Well said.
We can respond to the desires of each other.
They said we need to kiss. They said you've been fussing. We need to kiss. You got to listen to the people, baby. Oh, God dang it.
We can respond to the desires of each other by seeing the other person's desires as problems that he or she should deal with. Or,
baby, you read too much. What do you say?
Or we can view those desires as opportunities for us to show love.
So now, what does that say? Tell me, what does that say?
Basically, change the way that you're looking at the situation. If you were this lady that feels like he's demanding this, he's putting a guilt trip on me, he's being self-centered, try to change the way you look at it. Yes. Is it really him being there? I think everything goes back to communication. Everything.
And again, it goes back to pleasing your spouse, man.
And now, also, I saw Ray Shan said it earlier.
You just gonna dismiss that.
Make sure that those areas are clean. It actually said in this book.
Oh yeah.
Before you have oral sex,
need not be funny.
Those areas should be white and clean. But everybody don't do that. Everybody don't do that. Some
like people, if a man does it, for the woman who says some men who don't like doing that to his woman, hopefully hygiene is not an issue. Hopefully that's not an issue. If hygiene is an issue, of course that's going to turn any man. If we go to her, hey, whoa, that's a warning that it shouldn't be done. The vagina will let you know. No, not right now. No, brother, you tripping.
Cheryl Underwood.
Yes, it will tell you now. We ain't ready for that. But if that's not an issue, then he has a problem. He needs to say, he got to go to a place and communicate to, because that's not normal. I think more women have an issue with, but I'm pretty sure there are some men like that, but I don't understand that, to be honest with you.
Okay. Who's responsible for sexual satisfaction? Is it right for him to demand sex?
I shouldn't have to.
Oh my God. My wife blames me. This is the question. The topic, he's talking about reading.
Frustrated.
He's talking about the reason that I read too much. The whole thing is real questions,
baby, come on.
Real answers about sex.
You see my baby getting frustrated right now.
I'm not getting frustrated because you get stuck. You get stuck and you have a one-track mind when it comes to sex.
What you mean a one-track mind? Now, don't lie on me now.
You gotta be able to see different perspectives.
I do.
When it comes to sex, you be like you and Mac have had conversations where y'all were talking about, like, if oral sex is not, then that ain't no relationship. And y'all were younger when y'all was talking, but you probably still feel like that.
What?
That if oral sex is not a part of a relationship, you can't be in a relationship with somebody.
No, I wouldn't be. If I couldn't get it or receive it, I don't want you.
Lord Jesus.
But I would find that out in the dating phase, and I would realize.
But I'll be having sex while you.
At some point, sex will come. But no, you laughing. But I want to be sexually pleased, and I want to be able to please. And if you're telling me that's something you don't do, or that's something she doesn't want me to do, I don't want. Yeah, you're not the one for me.
Yes, Chris, one track mind. He cannot see different perspectives. Yeah. Okay. So this is a question. My wife blames me when she isn't fully satisfied doing sex. But isn't this a two-way street? How can I make her realize that sexual satisfaction is partly her responsibility too?
Yes, I agree. I think a lot of times with women, men don't understand, and I think some women don't get it either. How it's a lot mental as well as physical. You have to be in a good space for some women up here so the body can get in a good space and receive the ultimate satisfaction. Some women can be in their head and their mind to where it stops the body. Man, I can't receive, I can't get one. No, yeah, you can. A man has to do his part, but you have to be in a good space mentally, in my opinion, which will make it better. Does that make sense? Okay.
I don't think.
It starts up here.
I don't think that this is my wife blames me when she isn't fully satisfied. My thing is it goes back to talk. First of all, you got to know what you like.
Yes.
You got to communicate that with him.
Yes.
So that you can be satisfied. You got to tell them. You cannot assume that they know. And like it was saying earlier, how sometimes people are watching, or you have your own fantasies, or maybe you're watching things that cause sexual harassment, arousal, like porn or whatever. And so you see how they're being pleased and this, that, and the other, and that's what you want. And then when your spouse is not giving that to you, then they're not pleasing you. But you got to be willing to communicate it first and realize that your spouse is not those people. So how can you enjoy sex in the midst of, you know what I'm saying? Right. In the midst of it. Like, can you enjoy sex not without your spouse, but is it a way that you can
masturbation
enjoy? No, with your spouse, but in your mind, make sure that you enjoy it. I know you can. Go in your head and make sure that you enjoy it. And if your spouse is totally off the meter and they just missing the mark altogether, you got to be willing to communicate. How can I make her realize that sexual satisfaction? It is. It's not all about you make me feel. We in this together.
Right.
Just like we're in our marriage. You're in the sexual experience together. You cannot put all their responsibility on your spouse to please you.
Right.
Do stuff in the midst of it to please your darn self. Ladies, I think we have the ability to do that more than men do.
Yes.
Because, we can touch on different areas of ourselves while he is pleasing us.
Right.
So, yeah. So let me go back to this question. Is it right for him to demand sex?
Yes. Yes, it is. It is right. He's married. Mm-hmm. So therefore, he has every right. That belongs to me. This belongs to you. You. The Bible even tells you to not abstain from sex unless you're fasting. Mm-hmm. You agreed upon the fast, and then you come back together so the devil won't tempt you. Mm-hmm. Your body is mine. Mine is yours. Mm-hmm. So therefore, yes, if we're married, the worst part about it is demand. Why do I have to? Mm-hmm. Why does he or she
demand
has to? I feel they have to because they're not getting it. But I will say this. You have, as a man, and my understanding in this area has, from light years have improved, you have to be understanding of a woman. And what I mean by that, your woman gets tired. Mm-hmm. She has a lot on her plate. At a job, then she comes home, has a lot on the plate with kids. There are going to be some days she's truly not in the mood. May try to suck it up, baby, but you can see, okay, baby ain't tired. She's tired right now. So you have to be understanding if you want it 4, 5, 6 days in a row, but you got a working woman. You don't have a woman sitting at home just waiting on you. You have to be understanding, and that goes to the women. If you got a husband that's grinding and working, some days he's tired. Be understanding and not to the point to where you can't compromise. If you wanted 5 days a week, but they wouldn't meet you at 3, understand, okay, that's okay. Mm-hmm. I used to be upset when we was a lot younger, when we was married, than when you didn't want to or you was tired. I mean, that used to just really enrage me. And then it got to the point to where I got smart. Okay, she's tired. Well, let me help her. Let me cook. Let me fold clothes today. I got the dishes, baby. Don't do nothing. So now you have the energy for me.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. Sometimes the demand it becomes a demand if one person wants 5 times a week and somebody else is good for 2, and that person's like, well, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I've done my 2. But that person wants more. So again, it comes to the compromise. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say this. You do what works for you in your house, in your marriage. Right. When it comes to if y'all have to put a minimum on it. Like because you're so busy, or you realize that your sex drives are totally different.
And some weeks will be better than others.
And some weeks are better than others.
1 week you really got it in. Next week, hey, but we was tired, we was busy. Our kids had a game, baby girl had a game, and then you had this, and then we came home, and it just didn't happen that week.
Right. And so I would say find a minimum. If I could give some advice, I would say pick a minimum number of times that you want to have sex. Sometimes your sex has to be planned. I know that some people like it spontaneous. It may bring it. But if you're finding like you're not having sex 0 times, you have zero number in a week.
Well, single digits in a month.
And because your work schedules are totally different, or you're busy, or like he said, the kids. If we gotta plan our sex time, then we just got to plan it. We gotta put it on a calendar. We just gotta put it on the calendar.
And if you have to relieve some of the workload for your man or for your wife or your woman, do that. Then he or she won't be so tired for you. Do whatever if you have to get a hotel room once a month, once a week, once every 2 weeks, just so you can be alone because you got kids. Mom, I need you to watch the kids on this Saturday, and just boom, for that Saturday evening, y'all act like some animals and get it in, then so be it. Yeah. But you got to figure that out to make it work, but you have to be understanding and you got to have communication. If you're not, I don't care if you communicate or not, but if you don't have the understanding and the grownness, if you will, then my husband is a hardworking man. The man loves me. The man just tired. The man worked 14 hours a day. My man is tired. We got to figure it out, babe.
Yeah.
And come to him like that. Babe, I know you're tired. But boo, for real, we not, I need it. Tell me what can I do so you're not so tired, so we able to do this. And then boom, they say, you got a plan and stick to it. Work with it.
And I would say don't use the whole okay, hold on. I use that for somebody should have told me. But Alika said sometimes, and this goes back to the other question, who's responsible for sexual satisfaction? Sometimes women have walls up that the men don't have no clue about. Yep. And the men will think it's about them, or they think that she don't want to, and sometimes it may be about them, or she don't want to do it with me and start making it personal. Sometimes our walls are not about you.
It's from past relationships.
It's from past stuff.
Fathers.
Right. And it could be from you that she has not spoken. Again, that goes back to
and I think that's with both. I think men and women, but I think women bring a lot of that in there with them and could be holding on. You might have been molested. You might not even told your dude.
Yeah.
Somebody might have touched you and you never said nothing, and every time he touched you like that, you feel certain. And that causes problems in the bedroom. The love and affection you didn't get from your family growing up can affect you. Yeah. In the relationship that you in now.
And I would say when it comes to love, I guess I'm going to go into my somebody should have told me moment here. As a recap of even the show plus a little bit is that, first of all, if I can't say it 1,000,000 times, I'm going to say it 2 million. I won't be able to say it enough. Communicate. Sometimes how women are even raised affects their making love. And yeah, she been doing something for so long prior to marriage. And then when she gets married, a shift happens, or she wants to now honor herself, and it may not happen eventually, but she no longer wants to do those things. So it's so many things when it comes to sexuality, your body, like you were referring it out to other things like compromising in different areas of our relationship. I would say when it comes to your body, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother experience. Somebody is entering into your being, into your space. To be violated here, it's totally different. Or to feel that humiliation there is a total different experience than just other things where we have to compromise in our relationships. So just talk to each other and understand that when it comes to making love, we need to be as one. We need to be together. We both need to be pleased. And we got to know what feels good for us.
What comes to making love.
Yeah, and what feels good for us. You got to know that so you can communicate it to them and speak up. And men, you cannot treat your women like crap. You cannot be out there cheating on her. You cannot be making her feel unloved and think she's going to submit her body to you with no problem at all. That's just a tip. That's just a tip. Okay, somebody should have told me, Mama, baby.
No, somebody, pretty much same thing. Communication is the key. If you don't like something, you no longer like something, you need to verbally express that and say why. Mm-hmm. To just stop, and it is what it is. Man, that's a problem, and to me, that's a selfish mindset. If I know it's pleasing to my spouse, be open about past hurts, past triggers. You may not have told him or her about this, but especially if you're married, you have to. And I would say this, for men anyway. I say this to my brothers. My brothers know this, but if they don't, let me just say it anyway. To get your woman to do things that you wanted her to do that she doesn't do, here's how you do it. I'm gonna throw you a little nut.
Throw you on nut.
Hear me out. Love her. Love her in the way she wants to be loved, the way she receives love. If a woman is in a marriage or in a relationship and feel love spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, if she's feeling love in all these areas and you own your game, you can have the freakiest, greatest sexual experience you wanted from your woman when she's pleased outside of the bedroom. You please her outside of the bedroom in these areas. A good woman is going to make sure she please you in the bedroom.
Okay. Y'all heard it from Mr. Tubb. Y'all heard it. Love on her. All right. Thank y'all for tuning into the show. We're about to tell y'all what next week's show is about. Next week's show is coming from the chapter Sex, but
what?
Dealing with put-offs to love making. And so here are just some of the questions. Is sex a use it or lose it proposition? Tensions that affect sex. And I think we kind of hit on some of this today without even knowing it. Is she holding out for perfection? Why does he barter for sex? So why won't he go all the way? Why does he insist that we go all the way? So yeah, and the excuses that we make up not to have sex. Although we ought to talk about that. Some people use that to their advantage.
My wife, fine, good God. I'm laying in bed. She woke up just going in for the show. Oh my God, I woke up. I'm looking at her thighs right now. Man,
y'all are tuned in to the Couple Slash Show. I'm Candace. Also, for those that don't know, I am a life coach
and a fine woman.
Oh my God! Good and Lord. I do life coaching individually. We work with couples collectively. So if you need assistance, if sex is an issue in your marriage or relationship right now, and you want.
I need some assistance.
And you need some support, whether it's dealing with life, finding love, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out via social media. Y'all can also go to my website, www. I don't send people here enough. Chocolate.Candace.
Big Booty Judy is her nickname. That's the nickname I gave her. Okay, I'm through talking. I'm going to go to the gym.
www.candicetuck.com. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope that we said something today that improves your marriage, sparks a conversation in your marriage, with the hope of things getting better. All right? We out. Well, he already out. He needs to be out. He needs to go on somewhere. He needs to go on somewhere. Y'all